Hello and welcome. I'm Chanel Childs with ChanelChilds.net. And of course, we're back here on Periscope. I'm actually coming at you once again live from my hotel room out in Dallas, Texas. And I was actually having a little quiet time reading a book by, it's by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. And it's called The 12-Week Year. And in this book, they say something that's really profound and really stood out to me. And one of the things that I've learned from one of my mentors, Tracy Walker, is anytime you're reading something or listening to something that inspires you or motivates you, anytime you're learning any kind of training, and the minute that you get inspired or the minute that you learn something that really catches your attention, she says to stop reading, stop listening to the audio or stop watching the training and go and teach what you just learned. So right now I'm going to teach you what I just learned, and it's something that I've talked about before, but the reason that I wanted to share this with you because I just think it's so powerful, and in it, these authors say something along the lines of the fact that, they say that knowledge is power, but this author went on to say, you know what? I don't believe that. I actually disagree with knowledge being power. And the reason I disagree with knowledge being power is because, you have people that run around getting all sorts of knowledge, but where are they taking that knowledge? What are they doing with that knowledge? You see, you and I can have all of the knowledge in the world, but if we're not applying the knowledge, then it doesn't really mean anything, right? So it's not that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that's power. Hello and welcome. I'm Chanel Childs with ChanelChilds.net. I'm actually coming at you live from Dallas, Texas. I'm in my hotel room. I just got here for our live event that's starting this weekend. I'm super excited and super pumped, and I was having a little quiet time, and I was reading a book called The 12-Week Year by, I believe it's, what's the name? Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington, right? They wrote this book called The 12-Week Year to help you to get things done a little bit faster and a little bit more efficiently. And in the first chapter, it starts to talk about how, they say that knowledge is power, right? Most of us have heard that all of our lives, that knowledge is power. But, these authors actually went on to say that it's not actually, that they actually disagree with knowledge being power because, number one, you have people going all around getting all sorts of knowledge, but what are they doing with that knowledge, right? Because knowledge is only power when you apply it, right? So it's great that you know things, but people don't care about what you know, right? They care about what you do with that which you know. We know all sorts of people who have all sorts of degrees, right? Myself, I have two college degrees, but did it ever really, because I have two college degrees, do people really care? No. When I graduated college, after I spent, after I spent over $40,000 on my college education, I found that no one really cared, and I got my associate's degree and then I went on to get my bachelor's degree. And I remember filling out my resume, when I was in the process of getting my bachelor's degree, I was still in school and I wanted to do my resume and put on there that I had this associate's degree because I worked really hard for it. And the counselors were like, no, just put on there the bachelor's. They're like, you don't want to, or maybe it was after I graduated, never mind. Once I graduated, I wanted to put on there, that I had an associate's degree and I had a bachelor's degree, and they were like, we don't care about that. They're like, people just want to see your bachelor's. I'm like, well, why did I work so hard on that associate's then? Because why didn't they care? People don't care because they didn't care about what I knew. They didn't care that I went to school and I got 2 degrees. They don't care. No one cares about that, and I figured that out when I graduated college, right? Had I known that before I went to college, I probably would have done things a little bit differently, right? So no one really cared, or still to this day, they don't really care. You probably don't care that I have 2 degrees, right? Because what you really care about is what I'm doing with the knowledge that I have. Right? You probably care about the value that I'm bringing to you right now through this Periscope from this book that I'm reading by these 2 awesome authors, right? And so what I really want to encourage you with today within your life and within your business is to recognize that, number one, it's not knowledge that's power, it's applied knowledge that's power. Because people do not care about what we know. They care about what we do with that which we know. Now, thank you so much for tuning in here. Have an awesome day. Before I let you go, if we're not already friends on Facebook, add me as a friend or send me a private message. I would love to connect with you there. Have an awesome day, and bye for now.